right, in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about how to use Autocrat in order to automate messages. You can use it with, you're going to need three tools, Google Forms, and then the Google Sheet that is built into Google Forms. And then you'll also need a document that you've created a template. All right, so I've created some questions, and the questions are pretty simple. I just said name, email address, what do you want to be when you grow up, and why. So those are the items that I'm putting in, and you could have automated responses for any purpose. So just in this activity, it's just kind of a fun letter that gets sent back to the person that is sending it. Okay, so in order to do that, I go to my spreadsheet. I should have column headers, and I'm going to do an add-on in the spreadsheet. So to get to the spreadsheet from my Google form, I go to responses, and here's my spreadsheet. It would open it up right there. I'm going to go ahead and just go to my spreadsheet now because it's right here. And then in my template, I need to make sure that whatever I have put in for my letter, so here I have dear, and I put less than, name, greater than. So you have to put in the questions that you ask right here, or also the column headers directly as they are, or exactly as they are, into your letter inside greater than and less than symbols. So I have, what do you want to be when you grow up, with the symbols, and then why inside those brackets as well. And then name again. So however you want to set up, whatever the column headers are, the questions, you put them inside greater than less than signs, two of them. All right, so that's the layout of that. Now I'm going to go back to my spreadsheet. I'm going to add the add-on Autocrat. If you don't have it, you can search for it on Get Add-ons, and you can find one called Autocrat. I'm going to go ahead and go to it and launch it. Okay, and then you probably don't have any merge jobs on this assignment yet, or this spreadsheet yet, so I'm going to hit New Job. I'm going to call this Practice Autocrat, and I'm going to hit Next. Next thing I do is I choose a template. You can create an example straight from here. I'm going to go ahead and just choose from Drive because I am using the Autocrat example document. I'm going to go find it. I tend to prefer to make my examples ahead of time, so that way it's just easier to use all together. So I'm going to select my template. It's now selected, and I'm going to hit Next. And then it's going to find the responses from Form Responses 1. That's where my responses will go in. And then I have name, maps to column, name. I make sure that these are all matched up. So I have name, that's correct, those match up. Why, that matches up. It usually does it pretty well automatically, okay? So make sure that these pieces match each other. I'm going to hit Next. And then it says File Settings. I'm just going to call this Autocrat. This is whatever you want the file to be called when it creates it. And you can choose the type. So if you want it to be a Google Doc, like if you wanted kids to use this as a planning sheet creator, you could keep it as a Google Doc so that way they can edit it. You can also choose to make it a PDF file if you don't want them to create it. So I use PDF files a lot when I have professional growth certificates that I push out. And I do it as a PDF so that way they can't edit the file. I'm going to do a Google Doc today because I don't really care if this is edited or not. I'm going to hit Next, and then it says choose your destination folder. So you choose where you want these files to be sent because it's going to create a file for each person that fills it out. So you decide where you want to put it. Okay, I'll just put it in folder number 1 here. I don't really care where it goes right now, but you can select your folder. You are going to need a folder ahead of time where you want all your documents to go. So keep that in mind too. I'm going to hit Next. I'm not going to do a dynamic folder reference. That's optional. I'm not going to worry about that. You can set a merge condition. And then I'm also going to go ahead and skip Next. You can share and send emails. I'm going to go ahead and hit Yes to share doc. I'm going to share it as an editable doc. You can also make this that it is a comment only or a PDF, depending on how you want to do it. I am going to have it go ahead and email as well. Allow collaborators to reshare, yes or no. Send from generic no reply address, yes or no. So that's if you want your email address spoofed. If you want it to be spoofed, you put yes. Okay, so here in the to box, I had asked for in my form here, I had asked for the email address. So here in the to box, I'm actually going to put in there the brackets for email address. That's what I put. That's what it was. Sorry. And then I'm going to say in the subject line, your letter, because it is going to send an email. I'm going to say, please see attached letter, just for fun. I'm going to hit next. And you can have it run on form trigger. That means that it runs as soon as someone fills out the form, or you can timestamp it. So I'm going to do run on form trigger. I'm going to hit yes. Take some time to load that. And then, like I said, you can set it on a time trigger that it goes off every so often. All right, once I'm done, I'm going to hit save. Okay, now that it has saved, I can leave this. I'm going to go ahead and go to my form so you can see exactly what it will look like. I'm going to need to pull up my email here in a little bit. So the users would then fill out the form. Okay, it'll say your response has been recorded, and I'm going to go to my email. I'll pull my email over. It comes up with the letter that I had created. Okay, once your letter has loaded, you'll see that it automatically inserts. Oh, I forgot to put a comma after my brackets. So you got to keep in mind you need commas in certain places. I also see that I accidentally put an extra A in there. I didn't need to do that. So it's not perfect by any means, but it at least gives you an idea that you have the capability of using Google Forms and Google Spreadsheets and Google Docs. I can switch between these. And when I use these three tools and I can add on the Autocrat extension, it will automatically create documents and pump that information in that is generated from the Google form. And I, as the user, as the creator, can even access all those documents that are created directly for these individuals. So this is a great way to pump out information directly back to your users. So if you want to collect information from parents and you want them to have a copy of their responses, they can get that copy directly all through Autocrat.